Hi everyone. If you've watched day one video, you'll be pleased to know that there's not as many for day two. I don't have anything really. We've only got a few that I like so far for races on day two. That said, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 that I'm really keen on, to be honest. The sixth is there's an interesting angle on it, I think, and I have talked about it in previous videos. So let's get on with it. The Ballymore Journey with Me. He won the same bumper as Bob Ollinger did, and I think that's a really interesting angle straight off. When trainers or owners run horses in the same race that they'd won before, they're a creature of habit, trainers and owners especially, and what they do is they run the same type of horses in the same type of races, so they almost have their own benchmark. They know how good Bob Ollinger is, so they ran Journey with Me in that same bumper. He won it, so they're like, okay, we know roughly where we are with Journey with Me. Journey with Me then came out recently in December and ran in a 2.5 mile maiden and won it pretty impressively. But I think even more so about that race is I think the race will work out really well. The second, Manila Crooner, will actually be in a future video. I had to just double check myself there because there's Manila Crooner and there's Manila Cocooner. Manila Cocooner was actually shortened after Manila Crooner ran well, and I did highlight that to a few people. I think they'd got the wrong horse. So Manila Crooner finished second, and back in third was Kilcruit, who did, if you watch the race, does seem to go maybe potentially lame as they turn in. And back and forth was Am I Right, who will be in a future video because he's the type of horse that you could see running something like the Martin Pipe. First time up that was. But I actually think the race will work out well. And you've got Kilcruit, who's a Grade 1 winner in a bumper. And Journey with Me and Manila Crooner, I think, could win the Ballymore and Albert Bartlett. Well, that means there's like 3 Grade 1 winners in that race potentially. So I really like Journey with Me in the Ballymore. I thought it was a great run here. Will definitely come on for the run, and I think he's beaten some very smart horses. So going forward, the Ballymore is there for him, and he would be the one to beat at the moment in the Ballymore for me. The Festival Novices Chase, the 3 mile, also previously known as the RSA Chase, which I will always call it. Ahoy Sonor, I've highlighted why I like him for the 3 mile at Cheltenham. I think Cheltenham works a lot closer to Newbury than it does Kempton. Kempton just doesn't. And if you actually, I highlighted that if you look at the winners from the Feltham who have run in the RSA, very poor. I think only one has placed. If you look at the horses that have been finishing second or third in the last 10 years, I think there's 2 winners, 2 seconds, no, 2 winners, a second and 3 thirds. So they go much better because Kempton and Cheltenham do not work out. They're not the same type of course. Ahoy Sonor, I think, will be much better at Cheltenham, and I wouldn't have a lot between him and Brave Man's Game, and yet the prices they do. We then move on to the Coral Cup, and I've got 3 here that interest me if they turn up. I think 2 of them definitely will, and 1 of them is a possible. The first one I want to talk about is Mars Harper, who he hasn't been staying the 3 mile, simple as that. Hasn't been staying the 3 mile at Punchestown and at Navan. Hits the front, and you can see that it went 93.39%. This one should have a win PR in there. I have to look why that doesn't. Again, he would have gone short because he hit the front, and then even here, he hit the front and then got caught on the line, which was frustrating, but I think off 135-ish, that's what I think you get in on at Cheltenham, because he's currently rated 129 at Ireland. That'll give him a great chance in the Coral Cup. I think they'll wait and be pouncing after the last hurdle even. But I think he's shown enough. You can see he's very consistent. He's just moving up the ranks. He didn't stay the 3 miles, so drop him back in trip, and that'll really suit him. I think you can currently get about 20s or 25s on Mars Harper, which I think is worth backing now. The next horse I want to talk about is Chitabello. There's definitely a slowly approach from the owners and trainer, and I thought when I tweeted good luck with Chitabello running here at I can't remember where it was, Hereford, the response, thanks pal, it's been slowly with him, so won't be disappointed if he just steps forward. And I think that's what they're doing. They're just stepping him forward, getting him ready for one day, and that's the Cheltenham Festival and the Coral Cup. He's £4 lower than when winning the county hurdle, but he's not quick enough for the county hurdle anymore. By the way he's been staying on at Newbury and Hereford certainly suggests the Cheltenham Coral Cup will be right up his street. We know he's got the Cheltenham form, and I expect him to go very, very close in the Coral Cup, if that's where they've been aiming him, which I hope it is. Botox Haas is similar to Mars Harper. I don't think he's quite staying the 3 mile trip. And I think they'll drop him back to 2.5 for the Coral Cup. Well, that's what my idea would be with him anyway. He is qualified, I think, for the Thames final. Let me just load up these 2 races, see if these are qualifiers. But I want him to run in the Coral Cup. They actually went off 17-2 last year and ran no sort of race. But he went forward and then faded out of it. I think they'll know that he stays the trip now. He's in much better form. He's just not staying the 3 mile trip. They thought he was 2 miler. Then they went 2.5 and he pulled up when something was clearly not right with him. And then they went back up to 3 mile. He finished 8th at Cheltenham here in the Greatwood Hurdle. He's now then been running over 3 mile and not staying. He wasn't quick enough for that. The obvious one is back to the Coral Cup. Has he qualified? No and no. So he's not actually qualified for the Thames final. So I don't think he'll be running in the Thames final. I think he'll be running in the Coral Cup, and I think he'll go really well in it this year. Clearly something was wrong last year, and he's not staying the 3 mile trip, but he will stay the 2 mile 5. The final horse I want to talk about is in the bumper, and I think this horse is very much a forgotten horse. 33-1 you can get about Bonte to win the champion bumper. A horse who's 3 from 3 in bumpers, 2 from 2 at Cheltenham in bumpers, has looked super impressive in all of them, and just wants better going. I think that's why we haven't seen her since. I think she'll do similar to LL Bell, who went straight from winning the November Cheltenham bumper to running in the champion bumper. She finished 3rd. I think Bonte can do even better, and hope that's where Fergal O'Brien goes with Bonte. You can get 33-1 about Bonte, and I think that's a great bet, even at this stage. I don't think we'll see Bonte again until the champion bumper, but I'm really hoping for a big run. So there's just a few. I've said, I've kind of talked myself into Botox Haas even more. So I think all of these are potentially good bets now. Journey With Me could come out and run punches down in a few next month, and could shorten. A Hoisinor, is he going to run again? Maybe. I'm not sure about Hoisinor. Could go straight to the festival. Mars Harper, I don't think they'll run again, because I think they'll know that they messed up last time they went too soon, and the Coral Cup is there for the taking. Chitabello could run again, maybe later this month, to get a little bit more fitness. Could end up going off a bigger price at the festival, but will start to get close to being so well handicapped that regardless of where he runs, he's going to run well. Botox has had 4 runs, probably go straight to the festival, so maybe worth backing now if you can get a price in the Coral Cup. And Bonte, I definitely think, goes straight to the Coral Cup, so that's up to you whether you want to take a price now or wait till a little bit closer to reduce the risk. Thanks for listening. That's day 2 done, day 3 and 4 to come.